Welcome guys to another video on Snowbreak. Now in today's video what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the skills for the brand new 5-star Mauxir that will be coming out in a couple of days. We also have the banner thumbnail or banner thingy over here, and then we also have the animations as well, which is going to be very important in deciding whether Mauxir is going to be a good character or whether she is trash. Now I have taken a look at the skills, I've read it, and honestly I don't really like the skills too much. It's a little bit underwhelming. Out of all the other characters that have been released, she seems a little bit underwhelming, but maybe when she comes out in the game and we actually test out the character, she will be slightly different. So we're going to go over her skills. She is a submachine gun character. This is a submachine gun over here. The way it looks is actually very beautiful. Where is it right now? It is over here. So we do have this we can use to showcase Mauxir. So this is the Mauxir over here. Nope, this is just the skin. There we go. So this is the gun, and the way it looks, very beautiful. But I know you guys are more focused around the skills for the characters to decide whether she's good. Before I carry on with the video guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. If you guys don't want to miss out on future content on this game, make sure you are subscribed and make sure that post notification is on. If you guys find this video helpful and overall useful, then go ahead and click the like button. You guys are absolutely fantastic, and let's get right into it. So chaos damage, even though in the animations you don't really get the sense of chaos, but okay. Going over to the standard skill, which is called Dance of the Undead. So Mauxir deploys a Kerbeset, which is basically let's take a look. Kerbeset is basically we go over there, we do not do that. Yeah, so this is Kerbeset, the thing that she literally just launched right now. Sacrifice and throws it towards the target, exploding upon hit, and deals chaos damage. This damage is counted as auxiliary unit damage and is not affected by Mauxir's attribute buff. Hold to charge an attack. So you can also hold the standard skill, which allows you to charge the attack with the Kerbeset and spin, knocking back nearby targets. So when you hold it, it spins and you launch it and it knocks back nearby targets. The charges consume stamina. So after charging, Mauxir throws Kerbet at the target, sucking in other targets in its path and exploding upon hit. So it's more like a crowd control skill as well, because you suck in, basically moving all the opponents to one side. Now I do wish this works against bosses as well. So any big bosses, I just hope that you can also just like launch this at them, suck them into one place and they don't move out of that space until the Kerbeset actually explodes upon hitting the main target. Oh, it does explode after hitting the main target. That's fine, as long as you're able to suck in every other enemy that's close nearby. So knocking up targets and deals chaos damage. When charging, Kerbet will enter the Earth Ritual and Heaven Ritual phase, and movement distance increase and explosion damage increases. Now from the standard skill, the only really thing I like about this is the ability to suck in opponents and the ability to charge it. So that's the only really thing I like about this. I'm going over to the supportive skill, which I'm a little bit confused on this, but we can read this. So Mauxir makes Kerbeset, wraps continuously, binds itself tightly around a target, using bandages to tie this main target up to 3 sub targets together. So 1 main plus 3 sub targets together, while bonded, deals chaos damage to all targets every second. This damage is counted as damage dealt by Mauxir. After the main target is defeated, Kerbeset will disappear. Kerbeset transfers certain damage it makes to the main target. While bound, Kerbeset is counted as a part of the main target and not Mauxir's auxiliary unit. It's going to be very hard to build this character. You're going to be focusing on giving her logistics that increases her auxiliary units, but as you see from the support skill, it doesn't count as it. So I don't know, the damage is going to be reduced if you have that logistic. The damage transfer is not counted as skill damage and is not affected by any damage bonus or attribute buff. So you can't buff it basically. You can't buff the damage for the support skill, which basically means it makes it look kind of trash, I ain't gonna lie. Cabochette lasts for several seconds and its cooldown starts after it disappears. While Cabochette is active, Mauxir cannot switch onto the field, and pressing the skill button again will end the skill effects early. Okay, like I said, the support skill just sounds a little bit iffy. The ability to bound enemies together, which is very good. If you take a look at this over here, so this is the basic one, this is a standard skill being launched over here, whatever, and then this is the support skill over here. So you saw this is basically bounding the enemies. However, that purple lighting also makes it look like she also slows the target. Oh no, or stops the target, maybe that's it. Stops, yeah, stops the target. That shows that the enemy is still stopped. But you're not able, and like I said, from this it's able to deal damage over time, but you can't even buff the damage over time, basically making the damage be either good for now, but in the future it won't be able to catch up to any future damage dealers we have in game, basically. So yeah, I don't really like this support skill either. Going over to the ultimate skill, Mauxir transforms into a guide and stretches out so guard bandages to knock up the targets in front, dealing chaos damage and slowing the targets. She also creates a shadow temple that collapses after a short duration, dealing chaos damage to targets within range. Let me show you the animations for this. So this is the ultimate over here. There we go. And okay, and it does damage. Okay, so the animation shows me something which I don't like, which is the range for the ultimate is a little bit annoying. The range for the special is pretty good, but okay, look at the ultimate right now. It's basically like a row, so the damage is going to be just pointed towards that. But if the enemy is stopped, so that is good, because I was worried that once the enemy gets hit by the ultimate, they can move away, but good, they are slowed and you can deal damage to them. But I do think, unless the damage is absolutely amazing, she is going to be a meh character, because with the ultimate slowing, that is very good. But we also have a 4-star Acacia that actually does slow, and it's a huge AoE, like a huge AoE that encompasses around. She also has standard skill that you can spam. So I'm not really liking this character right now, honestly. I'm not gonna lie. However, one thing to note is that this is obviously not going to be the full like skill kit for the character. Just like when Sheng Xing had the skill kit, it didn't say she was able to stun. But once we got her in game, her support skill had the ability to stun. So maybe there's other unique ability that she has that it isn't written over here, but once you have the neuronics and whatnot, you unlock a better ability. But I'm not gonna lie, unless the damage from the submachine gun is good, I am gonna be very worried about this character. But the fact that the ultimate skill, since it's able to knocks up the target in front, dealing chaos damage and slows the target, so no matter what target it is, I think the ability to slow is going to be great. Even if it's a boss, I have the ability to slow it, which is great. She also creates a shadow temple that collapses after a short duration. I guess you just switch over to a different unit once you do this, assuming her damage isn't that great. But once again, like I said with the support skill over here, as you can see, where is it? So while bonded, Cabot is counted as part of the main target and not Mauxir's auxiliary unit. So whatever buff for auxiliary units will not be active during here. The damage transfer is not counted as skill damage. So any buffs that helps with skill damage is not going to be working on this. It's not affected by any damage bonus either, so no damage bonus for this, or attribute buffs as well. So basically the damage over time that happens is just not going to be that great, because no buffs can be actively done to that. Maybe it's a way to ensure that you are not able to abuse this mechanic in the future, where maybe a future character will have amazing buffing capability, and with the damage over time, it could basically allow us to basically like nuke, or not nuke, but be able to kill enemies a lot faster. After disappears, welcome. yeah, I don't like the support skill either. You can't buff it. I don't think you should expect any damage being like great damage done here unless the percentage value is good. Okay, what we don't know from this is the percentage value of her skills. We don't know how it's based, whether it's going to be 50%, 100%, 200%. If the base percentage value is good, then maybe all of the stuff I said right now will go out the window. Maybe the damage percentage will be a lot better. But I can't lie, her skills in general makes me feel a little bit iffy about this character. The only thing I really like about this character is basically the standard skill, able to charge and suck in enemy and knockback. She does have a lot of knockback ability, but as a main damage dealer, actually, yeah, if her damage is good, and I think she will be a great character, but if her damage isn't good, I don't really like what she has to offer. Because that ultimate skill, you can use a 4-star character that will make it better. Support skill can't be buffed in the future, so whatever damage it does right now will basically remain in the future. And then standard skill, I don't really expect any great damage from here because all it keeps talking about is knockback enemy, not about the damage. So I don't know if this is meant to be like a character's main DPS or if she's meant to be a supportive. Actually, no, it's main DPS role, but at the same time it doesn't sound like she's mainly focused on DPS. It's mainly focused on knockback, CCing the opponent. But I think they need to make her damage great. I do think this character is a little bit underwhelming. Out of all those what's called limited characters we've gotten, so Shang, Haru, they all had abilities that make them seem very, very strong and unique. With Mauxir over here, I just don't really like what she has to offer. Once again, we'll take a look at the animations just to get a better understanding. But yeah, the range, okay, let's say you're surrounded and you use the ultimate. Unless the enemies are positioned literally in a row, you're going to be missing other enemies around you, and you just basically don't have them slowed. There won't be any explosion damage from the shadowed pyramid there. It just doesn't seem that great, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, the standard skill is the only thing I really like from her. But let's take a look at the damage. Now, obviously, you don't want to look at how much HP is lost from the opponent when she uses the skills, because we don't know what level the Mauxir is here. But let me just see. Oh, the damage seems... No, that's the damage from her weapon. And, okay, I don't know. I just don't really like the way the character is right now. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe, stay tuned for more content on Snowbreak. Tell me down in the comment section what you think about Mauxir at the moment. I don't think I'm the only one who thinks she's a relatively underwhelming character. I honestly hope they do something with the neuronics to make this character a lot better, or just make sure that her damage from her submachine gun is just great. If not, I am going to be slightly worried about her and whether people will want to actually even summon for the character, and whether the banner will do well for the game in general. Because if the banner ain't good and no one spends, the revenue is going to go down. It's going to look horrible. Many people will be like, oh, is the game dying? Blah, 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 blah. We just don't want that. So yeah, that's it for the video, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's been your boy AC Gamer, and I'm out.